Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm Jake. This is Press to Play Rewind for the world of gaming this week. I am pleased and happy to welcome back Forrest to the show. Forrest, how you doing? I'm excited to talk to you about some more DC Fandome.
Yes, I am great, and you're blessed to have me on the show again, I know, but again, thank you for having me.
Absolutely, anytime. Now, we have not as much to talk about as on the film this week. Obviously, a lot of stuff happened with DC Fandome this weekend. There was some other small little announcements and stuff, but we want to focus on the things that kind of broke the internet, and that was the game announcements from DC Fandome, which there were only 2, as opposed to the film where we had like 7 things to talk about. But these are really significant games, and I think they're really, really huge, and I see a lot of people talking about them. Let's just jump right into it. DC Fandome. We knew for a while that they were going to be announcing, Warner Bros. Montreal was going to be announcing their surprise game that they've been working on. You know, they wouldn't label it in the panel or anything. This was just Warner Bros. Montreal next project. Okay, what is it going to be? The game they announced had me more hyped up. I don't know if Forrest, did you watch my reaction to this? You don't even know what I'm talking about. I haven't said what I'm talking about.
No.
Gotham Knights. Oh boy!
I didn't watch your reaction. I watched it to the film stuff, but not the gaming stuff yet.
I have not been more hyped about a single thing all year long. Because I didn't watch the panel. I saw a trailer pop up for Gotham Knights, and I was like, what the hell is that? What is Gotham Knights? I was like, I'm a huge, huge fan of the Arkham trilogy. We've talked about that on the show. I was 100% just like, what am I going to see? I'm so excited. And they did not disappoint. They start off this trailer with this, like, just sounds and news broadcasts and stuff of explosions, and there's this big explosion that happened and it shook the city, and what's going on? They found a body. We can now confirm that billionaire philanthropist Bruce Wayne is... And I was like, Bruce Wayne died? And I couldn't believe it. So the story setup is awesome. All of a sudden we have to get, and Bruce Wayne sends this message out to the rest of the Bat family, and he's talking about, like, if you're watching this, I'm dead. Like, that's the reality of this, and you know what's going to happen when the crime lords of Gotham figure out that I'm gone. You all need to step up. Like, there's this other place, go for it. Just make sure the city doesn't fall to pieces. And I think that premise is so, so, so cool. You get to play through this whole game as Robin, Batgirl, Nightwing, and Red Hood, which, oh man, I love Red Hood. Red Hood is my #1 favorite. Other than Batman, he's my favorite member of the Bat family, so I'm excited to see him as a playable character. You can play through the whole game as single player or as 2-player co-op, which I think is really, really cool. We're getting this sort of character progression system, it looks like, for each of the separate characters, and they're all going to have their own moves and armors and costumes and stuff, so I think that's really, really cool. And it looks very, very, very much like Arkham-style gameplay. Beyond the amazing trailer that had me losing my mind, they had a whole almost 8-minute walkthrough of, a Batgirl, as Batgirl playing as Batgirl, thank you, goodness, playing as Batgirl, excuse me, running through Gotham on her bat bike, and then she goes up with Robin. She meets Robin. Robin's off doing something else, and she's kicking everybody's ass. They were going after Mr. Freeze. It looked incredible. It looked like the Arkham I know and love, and I was so, so excited. And then today, I found out that it's actually not connected to the Arkham series in any way, shape, or form, and it's totally its own thing. Okay. So, a little bit of a bummer. I thought it was kind of a continuation of that story, but I'm still really, really, really excited about this. Forrest, we haven't talked about this at all. You watched the Gotham Knights trailer. What did you think about it?
Man, to use your words, it blew me away. It is, like, super good. Yeah, no, like, it starts out, I guess, with the Bruce Wayne it's like, oh, is he dead, or is he just, like, doing this to test them and then, like, showing up later? But it's interesting to know that it's not connected to the Arkham series at all. So that's a weird thing. But and like the music and the action is everything you love from the Arkham series, and let's just add 4 more characters in that you can play as, like Nightwing. I love Nightwing, super cool, but I think I'm probably going to be playing as Batgirl or Red Hood a lot. Robin's probably my least favorite out of all those, but it looks like they give everybody cool enough power and everything with that. Just watching that trailer, it was just getting more and more and more hyped as it went on. I'm like, okay, all right, I'm in for this. Yeah. So, and I think I read somewhere that it was, it's not local co-op, but it's like online co-op, which still works. But I think unless they change it, we'll see. But it's definitely a game to grab a friend and play through. Like, it looks so good. So good.
Yeah, I think that taking that Arkham-style gameplay, and, you know, we didn't see any of the sort of detective stuff going on that is very, very integral to that Arkham gameplay. But if they have that, and you're talking, like, say me and you are playing, right? And I'm Red Hood. So I'm Red Hood. But say we're playing, I'm Red Hood, you're Batgirl, and, you know, I can see something that you can't quite see, or maybe I'm in a bit of a sticky situation, and I can have you swoop in and take out a guy, and, like, I can come in. Like, there's so many possibilities that could make this, like, such a really, really cool cooperative experience. And I think that addition to that style of gameplay, even if it's not connected to the story, I think it's going to make for a great game. And I, like you said, the trailer, it kept getting more and more hyped. All of a sudden, they're all, like, suiting up, and you see them grabbing their weapons, and it's like, it looked super cool. The build up from crime fighters to vigilantes, from vigilantes to heroes, from heroes to knights, and I was like, this is so badass. Like, it was just kick ass. I couldn't believe what I was watching. Yeah, and then as the characters
as
were
revealed, they were introducing each character too, they were like showing
the symbol. Oh, I think we lost Forrest.
Yeah,
Forrest, are you there?
The symbols were like, sorry,
there he is.
Zoom's dying a little bit. I'm here.
Little Zoom.
Yeah, we're dying a little here. Like the symbols that were like outlining it, and then like it built up to like outlining knights as it's showing them, and it's like the bat symbol as knights. Like the logo, whoever did the graphic design on this needs a million raises. Just fantastic.
So many raises. Yeah, no, this was I would go as far as to say it is the best trailer I think I've seen all year, at least for gaming, because the build up and the setup and like everything about it went from so somber and interesting and just kept getting more and more badass as it went. And it just, at the end of it, when it was revealing the Gotham Knights, like you said, I was like, yeah, like this is so cool. Like, it was just absolutely awesome. Forrest, do you have any other final thoughts on Gotham Knights?
I am just ready to boot it up and play it whenever they give that to me.
Yeah, and you know, right now they're saying 2021. I hope that stays true. Obviously, if you want to delay it, go for it. But 2021
months away
just got a lot better. So much better.
I feel like with everything delayed this year, there's so much coming next year. And it's only 4 months away. We are very close to 2021. So we'll start
maybe
seeing
this will release on January 1st, right?
Yeah.
That's 2021. We'll see. What did you guys think about Gotham Knights? Who are you most excited to play as? Obviously, I'm a Red Hood guy. I'm super excited that he's going to be playable the whole time. Let us know everything you thought about it. Who are you going to play? What do you think about it not being connected to the Arkham series? Let us know all of your thoughts in the comments below. Now, while that game was not connected in any way, shape, or form to the Arkham series, the next game we're talking about turns out is an actual continuation of that storyline in some capacities. We are talking about Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Now, a couple of weeks ago, again, Forrest, we were talking about on Rewind Gaming, Rocksteady just pops out and says, hey, here's this poster of our next game. And it's just Suicide Squad. And Superman standing there looking all scary-like and purple. And we talked about how cool the logo was and everything. I'm like, this is just out of nowhere. Wow, right? And now, a couple weeks later, we get our whole reveal. It's called Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, which is obviously the whole story right in the title, which I think is really, really intriguing. It's connected to the Arkham series, so this is the Harley that we saw throughout all of that trilogy. So I think that's really cool. And we didn't get any gameplay for this because unfortunately this is a 2022 game, so it's super far away. I guess, we've got something to look forward to next year. We get some gameplay. But this looks like a ton of fun. Just judging by the trailer and the whole vibe of it, it looks like it's just fun. We start off, it says Metropolis, and Harley's, getting a call from who I assume is Waller. And she's like doing a little thing. There's building exploding, and she's like pretending to do it with her fingers and everything. They're all just hanging out on a rooftop, eating pizza, drinking. I was like, this just looks so goofy fun, and I love it. The character designs are great. Harley looks pretty awesome. I think Captain Boomerang being added to this, he looks really, really cool.
Yeah.
Forrest, I know, loves Captain Boomerang.
Love Captain Boomerang.
Deadshot's in this, and I think he looks great. I love his mask. It's one of the cooler Deadshot's masks I've seen. And we can't not talk about King Shark. I feel like King Shark is just getting his time to shine. Oh, yeah. This weird little obscure villain is now in the movie and starring in this game. And yes. I love his design in this game. It's he's got the tattoos, like the islandy tattoos and stuff like that. I think it looks awesome. Forrest, what are your thoughts on the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League?
Number one game. Forever. It looks super good. If it's anything like the Arkham series game, it's going to be hands down great. And I'm wondering if you're going to be able to like switch between characters or whatever. That trailer itself, it starts off with Harley Quinn being her goofy self, not taking anything serious, saying like, yeah, we'll get to it, whatever. I don't care. We're just drinking, eat pizza. I don't care.
Yep.
They're dealing with like whatever stuff's coming at him, like Deadshot. Yeah, his helmet. Oh, I had to pause it right on that one. That is the best looking helmet I've ever seen, especially for Deadshot. He just talking about it. He's like, I got a concussion because you missed. He's like, I never miss. Like, yes, you never shut up about it. We know. He just shoots the thing. Captain Boomerang's just like, oh, you shot it? All right, cool, whatever. Just doesn't care. And then they're like, oh, the target's coming. They're like, oh no. Oh, is that Superman? But I'm wondering about King Shark's dialogue. Yeah, he's getting his time to shine between the Harley Quinn show, the movie, the Suicide Squad movie, and then this game. But the way he says, like, Superman saved that pilot from it was like so like, are you being sarcastic or you just have like a 3-year-old brain or something? Like, I don't know his character at all. So
what it reminded me of?
What?
Drax the Destroyer.
Yes.
It sounds so much like Drax.
Yep. I got that vibe too. So I wasn't like sure if he was like, just like, his species, whatever he's evolved into, doesn't understand the situation. He's just, that's how he talks. Or if he was just being a arrogant, sarcastic dude. Cause then Superman comes up and they're like, this is going to be interesting. So, and it's cool to see that like, Captain Boomerang like teleports with his boomerang, which is even cooler.
Yeah. What? Holy crap! It was so cool.
Deadshot's got his jetpack, and I am ready for that game too. Like I need all of these games yesterday, please.
Yeah, and I mean, you touched on it a little bit. I thought the voice acting was awesome throughout the whole thing. That really drove it. It sold it. But the character interactions in the writing are top notch. Like you said, the whole I never miss thing, or you never shut up about it, and something about Captain Boomerang's Aussie accent and everything. I actually do really like the direction they're taking King Shark. When I saw that it kind of was reminding me of Drax, I was like, yeah, this King Shark is a ridiculous character. And I don't know, I haven't seen every interpretation of King Shark, but I think playing up to the sort of goofiness of it and just making that heavy-hitting kind of goofy badass, I often play that character in D&D. I've always the really heavy-hitting weirdo. The way he was talking about, the mighty Superman saved that pilot. It's like awesome. And then Superman just melts that guy, disintegrates him.
Like, what?
And the way Captain Boomerang, he comes in, he's like, all right, we figure out who our target is yet. and then it just goes, fuck, and it cuts to the logo. I was like, this is gonna be a hilarious game. Obviously, another thing we got to talk about is Brainiac. That is absolutely Brainiac's ship. I think he must have somehow gotten control of the rest of the Justice League, which is going to be really cool because I'm excited to see, with this kind of writing, how these characters react to having to fight the Flash, having to fight Batman, having to fight whoever. I think is really, really cool. Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter, like, this is all way out of their league.
Green Lantern.
I think it's really, really cool.
Yeah. Out of their Justice League.
Yeah, right.
It'd be cool to see them try to take on like Aquaman and just rag on him the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, you're in the middle of Metropolis City. Like, what are you gonna do? Pick up that puddle? Like,
yeah, exactly.
I'm excited for the dialogue alone because it's what they've built the Suicide Squad to be between the comics and the movie and I guess this game now. Like, it's just, I love this band of like goofy, you shouldn't love them because they're a bunch of jerk villains, but you really love them because you can relate with a lot of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're great characters, and I think the writing and stuff is what I'm looking forward to the most. I did say in my reaction that trailer, as badass as it was, and everybody was kicking ass, which, side note, I think playing as each of them, that really showed how much, like, how different each of their playstyles is going to be, which is really, really exciting to me because, you know, you got Deadshot with bullets and fire and jetpacks and stuff. King Shark had like these two swords I saw at one point. He's just like smashing things, boomerang, teleporting around, and Harley Quinn looked like freaking Spider-Man in some of those points, swinging around and shit. It was really, really cool. So that alone has me really excited. You know, that's something we talked about with the Avengers coming out, that each of their playstyles is really, really different. So I'm excited to see them doing that. I wonder if it's only going to be these four, or if we're going to get a couple more characters, or if they're going to add DLC characters, or how they're going to do that, or if they're just going to focus on, these are the four, we're going to nail them. I don't know. What do you think about that? Do you think we're going to get more than just the four?
I would say so. The way games like this are going, if not by launch, at least DLC or something. I wouldn't love, you know, DLCs. It's a good thing, but I hate having to pay more for more stuff. But I get it, especially if they've been like developing it in the meantime. But I would be surprised and shocked if they didn't have more characters by launch, at least. And I would hope.
Yeah, I think we'll probably get two more, like in the main game. I feel like that's a good number. Just 6 characters. I feel like that is a pretty reasonable number. I don't know who those characters would be. I don't have any thoughts or feelings on that really right now, because we kind of have 4 different archetypes already. So it'll be really interesting to see. But let's talk about the gameplay for a second, because this trailer did not convey to me stealth, detective work, like strategic combat. And I'm wondering if it's going to look more like an action adventure game, sort of like we're seeing from Avengers, right? Where it's sort of like, this is your mission, pick your character, work together, go. What do you think about that? You know, this is a continuation of the Arkham series, but do you think it's going to have that Arkham style of gameplay?
I think it's going to be less the like sneaking around detective work and more, you know, when you're playing Arkham and you're Batman in the midst of like 30 dudes and you're just like, let's beat them down. I feel like it's going to be more that, with a lot more options to, maybe you can jump between characters in real time, you know, like knock them up with the hammer as Harley Quinn and then switch to Deadshot and swoop in and take care of them. Just possibilities are endless. I feel like it's going to be more of a kind of healthy, but most of it is just jumping in and fighting. More, I think.
Did I lose him? I think we lost Forrest. You guys.
Zoom's being really weird today. Can you hear me?
Zoom is giving me troubles. There he is.
Am I good?
How you doing? You're good.
Yeah. Okay.
Hi.
Good.
What were you saying?
Yeah. Where did you lose me? Yeah.
I think we lost you at Deadshot swooping
I feel like it's
in
gonna
and
be
killing people.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I feel like it's more of like a, kind of like how Spider-Man was, where you can like set up how you're doing it and then attack. I guess I had a little stealth, but not a lot. Or yeah, kind of like the action adventure based game, like the Avengers, where you can pretty much take a look at what you want to do and then just jump right into it. And I'm all for that.
Yeah, I think that's the perfect kind of thing for this. And, something that you triggered in my brain when you did say, setting up, we just saw that in Gotham Knights too, and that's a co-op game. Do you think there's a chance that they're going to make this a co-op experience where you're going to be able to each pick a different character?
That would be very cool. I think we need more games that you can jump in with friends, because I think now more than ever, like, everybody's at their own house, and I think it would be great if everybody had their copy of the game. You could jump in co-op and play together. So I would be surprised if they didn't incorporate some kind of co-op aspect into this.
Yeah, I think there's a very, very strong chance that we're going to get at least 2-player co-op from this, like we're getting from Gotham Knights. Because you're right. This has proven to me more than anything that I don't have enough online multiplayer games. But no, for real, like those really fun teamwork experiences, I really, really like. I don't always like just going and shooting people online. Like, I like other experiences, and that is really, really cool to me. And that's why I'm so excited about Gotham Knights. I'm hoping we get that kind of stuff with Suicide Squad. But overall, Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, I think it looks fantastic. I think Gotham Knights looks fantastic. I'm totally losing it. Forrest, do you have any other final thoughts before we wrap up here?
There was not enough gaming news this week, but what we did get was a lot, especially just from this one event, the DC Fandome.
Right?
So I'm like 2 different like action adventure co-op looking games is great, and I want more of that, and I'm excited to see what comes for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I couldn't be happier with it. You're right. It wasn't a lot of news, but it was some heavy-hitting news, man. And some of it was the most hype I've been all year. So it was really, really exciting. How about you guys? What did you think about Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League? What did you think about Gotham Knights? Let us know all of that in the comments below. And that is a wrap on this week's episode of Press to Play Rewind for the World of Gaming. Forrest, I want to thank you again for being here. It's always a pleasure, my friend.
It's been super fun talking with you this week. Thank you.
DC Fandome gave us some good shit to talk about.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed DC Fandome as much as we did. I'd like to, go give myself a shout out. If you haven't watched my reactions, I did a reaction for everything from the film news, everything from the gaming news, and it's all in a playlist called DC Fandome 2020 on my channel now. So check it all out. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a big thumbs up by hitting that like button. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button to be the first to know when we upload a new video. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Press to Play OK. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and we'll talk to you all later. Bye.